Alright people, welcome back to another Xenoverse 2 Master video. In this video, I'm clearly going over how to use Gogeta Super Saiyan 4. And yeah, so let's just get right into it because he is also, like many other characters, he is a very powerful character when used correctly. So let's get into it. So super attacks. Again, Meteor Crash, probably one of the most useless super attacks in the game. I really do not like Meteor Crash on any character, and the fact that he also has it, just like so many other characters, I don't recommend wasting the key on using it. So yeah, that's it for Meteor Crash. Big Bang Kamehameha. It's nice. It does a nice amount of damage, but you can say it takes a hell of a long time to activate, so I don't recommend using that unless you have broken your opponent's stamina with a light or heavy stamina break. But even after you use a light stamina break, you have to actually knock them on the ground, because if you don't, it'll look something like this. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. So you do like this, do 3 charges. As you can see, my opponent, the combo numbers have clearly disappeared, which means he's no longer unable to move, so he can just straight up like go right behind me at that time, which is what it would actually happen in PvP. So what you want to do if you're going to use Big Bang Kamehameha after a light stamina break, you have to do it like, okay, I tried to get fancy on him. I tried. Let's try that again. Well, let's see if he has like a knockdown combo. He does not, so we'll just have to use up 1 stamina bar. Again, Big Bang Kamehameha, it takes a while to activate. I don't recommend using it, because with this exact combo that I'm about to show you, we can straight up use the ultimate Big Bang Kamehameha and do significantly more damage. But let's just say you do want to use the super attack version. I'll show you how to do it. So what you do is, after you break your opponent's stamina, you do this combo, knock it to the ground, use a stamina bar, and you get the point. Again, that takes 1 stamina bar to use, so if you're gonna do that exact combo, you might as well activate the times 100 Big Bang Kamehameha Ultimate and do a hell of a lot more damage. But that's it on Big Bang Kamehameha. Yeah, you know, basically I don't ever use that attack. I'll be honest, I don't use that or Meteor Crash when using actually, to be honest, with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the only attack that I very rarely use on this character is just after image strike, solely because it's hard to be touched when using it. So I might like use it if my stamina's broken and I have enough time, then you know I pop the after image strike. But I don't find any other super attacks necessary to use. Bluff Kamehameha, you use that, it's a fake Kamehameha, but what it does is, as you can see, it decreases the amount of ki your opponent has. So if you fully charge it, you can even take away like a full key bar, a full set of like 10 key bars of keys. So you can take all that down with the fully charged bluff Kamehameha. Again, it doesn't do any damage, but it does decrease your opponent's key, so keep that in mind when using it. Again, I basically just stick to after image strike, and even that's very rarely. I don't find it necessary to use it, you know, unless I absolutely have to. But that's a wrap on his super attacks. Yeah, so as you can see, I sort of rushed it, but that's just because his super attacks are basically ass. Like, I really, like, you'll be just fine if you don't waste the key on any of them. So let's move on to these ultimates. Obviously, you know, okay, damn, he has like 4 different attacks named Kamehameha. I just realized that. He has a Big Bang, a Bluff, a times 100 Big Bang, and a Super Kamehameha. And both his ultimates are versions of Kamehameha. So, damn, that's pretty bogus, considering that this is a fusion transformation, which means Vegeta is in here too. So, you know, I get it. That's why they show what the Big Bang part is for. But still, you know, it doesn't have to be this blue like it's a Kamehameha. You know what I mean? It could have been like a purple and blue, like a purple and blue like colored ultimate or something. You know, give Vegeta some form of credit. You know what I mean? But anyways, you know, that's just, yeah, that's pretty fucked up. How I just realized that they did that to this character. They basically, wow, that's hella bogus. I mean, all his attacks are blue. Big Bang Kamehameha is blue. Bluff Kamehameha is also blue. Now I get it, the Big Bang attack is blue, yes, but the Big Bang attack is a ball attack. It's not a beam attack. And Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta may have blue attacks, yes, but he doesn't have a single ball attack. And by ball attack, I mean like a Big Bang attack or like Omega Shenron's minus energy power ball ultimate. You know, it is an attack that comes out in the form of a ball, not a beam, because times 100 Big Bang it comes out in a beam. So that's just what I'm talking about. And as you can see, by itself, it does almost 10,000 damage. And then you can use that attack one or two ways. You can lock onto your opponent and use it, which is what we just did. And you can see it does almost 10,000 damage. But if you lock off of your opponent and use it, again, you don't need to press any other inputs. You just need to lock off of your opponent, as I am now, and you activate it. And you can see the damage increase from 9,000 to almost 13,000, and it will automatically turn around for you. So if you're locked off your opponent, it will just turn around after while it's active. So don't worry about double clicking it or spamming that button to make sure it turns around. It will automatically do it as long as you're locked off of your opponent. So keep that in mind when using that ultimate. If you want to do that additional damage, basically all you gotta do is break your opponent's stamina, hit him with this combo, use one stamina bar, and you can like lock off and then activate it. You'll be good to go. Or you can do a heavy stamina break. Not that one. Let's try this one. And then lock off. Then count 100. You see, get the full damage right there, and you're good to go. Yeah, but that is how you use those ultimates. And obviously he has a beautiful evasive attack. This is repel all attacks with aura. That's a great evasive. You can even cancel it as long as you press a button. So if you have it active, you can like just dash to the left, you'll cancel it. You can activate like the triangle button, start attacking your opponent if you're close enough. So keep that in mind. You do have some options on how long you want the Vanisher Guard evasive to be active. Yeah, that's it on his super and ultimate attacks. Again, I don't really use any of his super attacks. I just straight up stick to his ultimates. Now, talking about, some of you might be wondering how I did that combo. This only works on the ground. He's one of the very few characters. Okay, I'll be honest. Gogeta, the Super Saiyan 4, he has a very unique character. Now, obviously, you can say any character is unique, but he is really unique because think about it. His super attacks are basically useless, okay? He has so many forms of a Kamehameha, okay? And not only that, but he also is one of the few characters that can do a jump attack into stamina break. So like this right here. All you do is literally just do the jump triangle. Now, if you do the jump square, it will also do the same thing, so keep that in mind. Messed it up. Try that one more time. So you can see it's the same way whether you do the jump square or the jump triangle. It's the exact same animation. Now, what that means is you can do it into a light or a heavy stamina break as you saw me do it earlier. And it clearly works, and that definitely works on PvP. So feel free to have some combos that go along with it. Yeah, so that's basically a cool thing that he's one of the few characters. Only a select few other characters can do that as well. Yeah, so let's keep moving on because okay, so let's get into the combos I stick with. Literally legit, unless I'm trying to be fancy, if you try to be fancy, use something like this combo right here, as you can see. Then hit it with the charge triangle, and then keep that shit going like this. And you can see this is baby easy infinite. You can also do something like this, sort of infinite thing. Do it once or twice, do it 3 times, so you get the point. You can also do a stamina break with that. So let me show you. Do it once, do it again. Oh, I keep messing it up. Once, we do it 3 times, twice, 3 times, then activate that stamina break. You can only do a light stamina break. If you try to do the heavy stamina break, they'll fall out of it like this. You can see, clearly, you didn't have enough time to activate it. But as you can clearly see right here, you can do the light stamina one, and then it'll work just fine. and I believe it is unvanishable. Don't quote me on that, but either way, it is a legit stamina break. So feel free to combo into that whenever you want. Yeah, so again, you know, you could be very fancy with this character. You know, he got some full infinite. You see, that's a very cool infinite right there. You see, we did about 30 times. You get the point. But what I use with this character, and I use him like a pro, I stick to the triangle square combo. And so I can't show you this against a CPU because, you know, it's just a CPU, so it doesn't like show like connect. But at this point right here, you saw how I threw the key blast and now I'm rushing towards my opponent. Now in PvP, which means if you're going against an online opponent, that key blast will go like around your opponent, so it will not touch them. Now occasionally it'll touch them depending on your angle, but like again 90% of the time it will not touch them, which means it'll go around them. And what that means is you have enough time to rush your opponent and keep that infinite combo going. Again, I know that combo works because that is the exact combo I use. So if you want to use like a cool, powerful combo, stick to this triangle square one. As you can see, it does 4,000 by itself. So if you do it 2 times, you'll be doing around 8,000. 3 times, you'll be doing around 12,000. You know, so on and so forth. Yeah, but that's how I use my Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I legit stick to that one combo. And he also, as I showed you earlier, he has a 1-tap stamina break, which means you press triangle once and you can activate a light stamina break. But yeah, he has a lot of stamina breaks. He has a lot of light and heavy stamina breaks. You can see that's a heavy stamina break right there. You know, you can do the same combo before a light one. Obviously, you can even do something like this. That's actually not a heavy stamina break, but that is a lot. Let me see. So you can see that is a heavy, a light stamina break. But yeah, so you get the point. He has a bunch of stamina breaks you can do. He has a bunch of combos you can do. But if you want to use him like a pro, you need to use this back hit. Because just like with Master Roshi and Goku, he is one of the few characters that has an invincible back hit. So what that means is, it's self-explanatory. Invincible back hit. This means it doesn't matter if you're just back hitting. It doesn't matter if you're using a charge back hit. As long as you're back hitting, you cannot be harmed in any way, shape, or form. Not even with the grab. Not even with the Super God Fist. Not even with an ultimate. So as long as you're using that back hit, you'll be good to go. Again, mastering that invincible back hit on a character that hasn't can literally make you unstoppable with that character. Because now, if like, let's say, okay, actually, I'll switch characters. Well, I'll use the same character, but I'll fight Cell. So let me show you that because he has an invincible back hit, it is great against cheesers that like to use like E-barrier, right? So let me show you. So because this works for any evasive. So as long as they're using an evasive on you, you can just straight up activate that that invincible back hit, and as I'm about to show you, you know, you won't take any damage. So this is perfect against cheese Namekians or cheese characters that like to spam that E barrier to try to knock you back. Let's activate that evasive. I don't win. Where is it? There we go. Set it to unlimited. And you can see. Okay, well, you actually couldn't see it. Let's actually turn it off unlimited. And there you go. Let's do it again. You can see so as you can see right now, as soon as we see his stamina goes down, which means he used up 3 stamina bars to activate that E barrier, even though I have it paused right now, as long as I'm activating that back hit, I'm not doing, I'm not taking any damage, I'm not being knocked back. Now obviously, if you're not fast enough, you just get knocked back, and you know they can combo you. But at any time, you can just straight up use that back hit. I was trying to see if you could just. So when you're doing it against evasives, I recommend only holding it, like using a charge back hit. That way it extends the duration of the evasive. Because I'm trying to see if you could just like back hit out of it and you'd be good. But let me see. So you see, I do it a little bit, but again, since that evasive duration is lasts longer than that back hit, that means you do have to charge it. So as long as you charge it, you'll be a-okay. So yeah, keep that in mind when using it. That is a great feature that he's one of the very few characters that has this invincible back hit. So if you're using a character that has an invincible back hit, you can straight up beat all types of evasive type cheeses because you have an invincible back hit. Keep that in mind when using Gogeta Super Saiyan 4, that mastering that invincible back hit can literally save your life a dozen times over, because you can combo. Oh, that's perfect. I forgot he had the E-berry, but let me show you. So let's say you're trying to do like the square cancel, right? Boom, to activate the E-barrier. Now you're good. So you see what I'm saying? Do it again. Do it again. Let's hit him with a charge triangle. Boom. So you get my point. As long as you're activating that back hit, you are good to go. But yeah, so you get the point. That is perfect against like sorts of E-barrier spam or other type of evasive spams. Yeah, but that's basically it for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. You know, he clearly has a ton of health. He doesn't have too much ki, but he has enough, considering I don't recommend you wasting ki or any of his super attacks. If you need to use a super attack to gain some distance, then just use After Image Strike. That's the only one I find useful. Yeah, you know, he doesn't have too much ki, but he does have enough ki. He has a decent amount of stamina, and considering that his stamina is that high and he has an invincible back hit, you are a-okay in terms of stamina with this character. And obviously, you know, again, he has a very high amount of health, which is like that is damn near 3 bars of health. That's just with this one character that has an invincible back hit, and he also has a very fast back hit. You know, actually, all Gogetas have a fast back hit, but considering how he is the one that is fast and invincible, you know, that's a plus. And again, as you can see, you can use it to get out of certain situations. You'll be good to go. So if you wanna get good with that back hit, do exactly what I'm doing. Fight a Cell, go into training mode, fight Cell, set that stamina to auto recovery, and then have it on evasive skill. That way you can pay attention to make sure you're activating it when you see that stamina decreases. So again, as long as you see that stamina disappears, stamina disappears, that's when you activate the back hit, and you'll be good to go. This is what I'm doing here. Again, I've gotten good with this. So I've beat plenty of the Namekians with this type of character, because they'll try to break themselves right after. And as you can see, you can just straight up attack them right after. Keep in mind that when they're going to break themselves, however, here's a quick tip for you. When the Namekians are going to break themselves, that means they're popping the E-barrier and they're dashing in the opposite direction. So you need to make that split-second decision as if you can catch up to them. If you can, you know, vanish and use the square attack, or if you can't, spam them with Ki Blast. Just straight up spam them with Ki Blast, because what that'll do is that'll touch them, which means they'll have to roll up just like that, and that will not let them break themselves. That way they'll have super low stamina, and you can do with that what you will. That is exactly what you will. So keep that in mind when using Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He is by far one of the most powerful characters in the game, solely because in addition to having a decent amount of basic attack damage, he has an invincible back hit. So yeah, that's how you use Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned quite a few things. If you haven't, you know, I hope you at least thought the video was interesting, because this invincible back hit, you can see when done correctly. Now again, you see mistakes are impossible, even for me. You know, I've been using this back hit for a while now, but even I still, you know, mess it up every now and then. But you can see it clearly works every time, as long as you're timing it right, and you'll be good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one.